Good morning. I cannot hear that song, Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus, without thinking about 9/11. Because when 9/11 happened, there was a group of about 50 of us, 40 or 50 of us, that met at a regular Bible study on Tuesday nights. And that was the night we were meeting, and we met, and we opened with that song, Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of this earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. So I can't help but think of that when I hear that song. What's such a beautiful song. Let's stand together and sing, I Will Call Upon the Lord.
Be seated. Good morning, everyone. It's great to see you here. Thank you for coming to the Lord's house today to worship with us. And if you're watching online, we also want to welcome you. And we ask that if you're here with us, if you'll find in front of you, there should be a little card that will help you communicate and let us know, especially if you're a first-time guest or maybe it's your first time in a while. We would appreciate you filling that out. And you can just drop it in the offering boxes when you leave, or bring it right to me. I'd love to have that. And remember, that's also available for you if you have a prayer request or a need. Feel free to utilize that communication card. If you're watching online, there should be a way there for you in the chat. Just let us know that you're there, or let us know through an email, or just give us a call. We'd love to meet you and know more about you. So we are excited about what's coming here at First Baptist. It's May now. And that means that it's time to celebrate. Very, very soon, we're going to be into June, and June is going to be a very, very exciting month. Did I say very 3 or 4 times? I'm kind of excited about it. All right, a couple of things you need to know. First of all, while they last, these are available for you. They're not just here for us. In fact, we don't want to have any inside the church. We want them to be in your yards, okay? So if you'd like to take one of these for us and put it in your yard, or if you live way out in the middle of nowhere, it may be better just to find a good intersection close by that a lot of people will see, put it there. So let's be strategic in that. But the main thing is we want to get the word out, because June 27th is coming very quickly now. And if you don't know, that will be a day of celebration and homecoming. We're inviting everyone that we can to come and be a part of that day with us, especially people who have some connection to our church. And we're going to do a lot of advertising in June about this, but right now is the time for you to help us get the word out to those that you know. Maybe it's your own children or other family members who grew up at First Baptist, or maybe you have a friend that you know attended here at some point. This is a no question to ask Sunday, okay? I don't care where they're at or why they're not here now. We want them to come back and know that they're welcome for our homecoming on June 27th. We're going to have a very special service. I said it again, very. We're going to have another great day there. And then we're going to have an old-fashioned dinner on the grounds, tents out here, and, you know, the whole thing. So Sherry Green and her crew are working hard, and it would be a shame for nobody to show up for that, right? So, Sherry, you just tell them. So what we really do need you to do right now is verbally get the word to people that you know. And if you think, well, maybe they got a letter, it doesn't matter. They can get 10 invites, okay? But reach out to those folks, because we do want all of those people who have some connection to our church, especially, to know that this is a homecoming, and we want them to come and be with us. And that starts with all of you. And so if you got a vacation scheduled for June 27th, go home today and cancel that. And Pastor Benji will pay the cancellation fees, okay? So just do it, okay? Do it. We want to be here. Hey, and then I'm not even going to get into what's going to happen on June 30th, the following Wednesday. I'll tell you more about that some other time. It's going to be incredible. So we're going to have a great week. And you should have gotten a letter about that, those 2 days. And if you didn't get that, let us know. We'll get you a copy of it. But we also are having some Sundays leading up to that we want to have some emphasis. And so I want to talk to you about June 13th. This is considered part of our bicentennial month and a lead up to what we're going to be doing on the 27th. We're calling it Friends and Neighbors Day. And it's really an opportunity for all of us to think about those people in our lives that maybe aren't connected to a church. Maybe they got disconnected during COVID. Maybe it's been a long time since they've been in church. Maybe you're not even sure that they're a believer, but you have a relationship with them. This would be the Sunday to invite them, okay? And so before we talk about homecoming on the 27th, we want to think about who is it in our lives that we think would benefit from being in the worship service on June 13th to hear a special message that's designed to speak directly to those folks. A friend of mine, Dr. Clayton Clore, is going to be our guest preacher for that day. This is an aside, but the Southern Baptist Convention is in Nashville that week, and so he was coming to town anyway, and I asked him if he would come and preach. Brother Clayton is a pastor in Orlando area, and big church that's doing great things. But the way I got to know him is that he was the first person that Dan and I met when we went to seminary, and he was an evangelism teacher and just had a great impact on our lives. He has a natural gift of evangelism, and it translates well in his preaching, and he is excited to come. He was honored that we asked him to come, and in fact, he's going to make a pretty daunting turnaround. He's going to be in South Carolina the day before and then be over here for that morning. So I'm excited that he's coming. We're also participating in what's called Crossover. And so all across the Middle Tennessee area, Southern Baptist churches are being encouraged on that weekend to reach out to their community. It's part of a mission effort that happens wherever the Southern Baptist Convention goes. And so we're participating in that, and that's part of the reason that he's coming. And so our Friends and Neighbors Day is a chance for you to think about that person in your life who you could invite. And what we're challenging you to do that day is just make them your special guest or your VIP. Invite them, pick them up if that would help, take them to lunch, just treat them to a great day here in the Lord's house. And while you're doing that individually as a church, we're going to do the same. We're looking out at about a 1 mile radius around our church. Who is it that we can, as a church, say, neighbor, come and be with us? And we're going to be doing some targeted outreach for those who are church neighbors as well. And we're going to make them our VIPs for the day and hopefully invite them to be here. And on the Saturday before, June 12th, there's going to be an opportunity for you to come, get a little training, and actually go out with us and invite some neighbors, but also hopefully be able to share the gospel and see some people saved. So one of the big prayers for us is June 13th, our Friends and Neighbors Day, to have some folks in here that maybe need to hear a good gospel message about how Jesus saves. And we're going to share that with them beforehand, and hopefully that day will be a good day for that as well. So June 13th is Friends and Neighbors Day. Did y'all get that? Friends and neighbors. Who is that person already on your mind right now that you think, wow, I should invite them? We're going to help you with that. We're going to be praying about it between now and then. And then, of course, the last week is going to be a great week. All right, so in light of that, I want us today to read our scripture passage from 2 Corinthians chapter 5. Pastor Benji is going to be preaching this passage to us here in just a moment. But this is what the Apostle Paul says about who we are as Christians and about what it means for us as believers to take seriously the Great Commission and to live that out so that other people can know him. I'm going to start reading in verse 14, 2 Corinthians 5. For the love of Christ compels us, since we have reached